It's always great coming back to Jackson, being able to be in hometown for this game. It's something that's been a part of my family's life for a long time. My mom and dad's first date was to the Florida-Georgia game, so we've been coming for a long time. We love this game, and it was a big part of my life in college, and I think it'll be a big part of my life for a long time to come as well.
What is your best memory out of this game? Is there one play, one sequence?
So many plays and moments and that were special. Driving over that bridge and seeing a million people that are partying, it's kind of crazy. But I think my best memory is against Georgia, breaking Herschel Walker's touchdown record and being able to take that very ball that I broke it with and give it to my dad that year for Christmas. That'll be my favorite memory.
When a team is this much of an underdog as Florida is, does it have to rely on maybe a trick play, something unusual?
No. They got to rely on trying to make it a brawl and turning this thing into a fight. And you got to remember, Florida's still a talented team.
Yeah.
Not necessarily always looks like a good team, but a talented team, and they're very physical. And so you want to turn it into a fight, like so many of these games have been before. And see if you can get some of those big plays. Offensively, you're going to need more, but defense, that defense has played well at times this year. So I don't think you got to rely on trick plays. I think you got to rely on physicality, on pride, and on knowing that this is a rivalry game. And when you're a player at Florida or at Georgia, you're not judged on the cupcakes at the beginning of the season. You're judged ultimately on your rivalry games, and you're judged on those big moments. And they got a chance to totally change their season if they go in there tomorrow at 3:30 and get it done.
So you think they have more of a chance than most people are giving them credit for?
I didn't say I was going to predict them. I just think that when you talk about talent, when you talk about showing up, when you talk about ability, I think they have those things, right? They just haven't put it together in an execution and efficient form. Georgia is executing, running the ball, play action, being sound on defense. There's not a lot that separates these teams or most of the teams in the SEC as far as talent. Size, speed, ability. What separates them is execution, efficiency, quarterback play, decision making, leadership. So many of those things that's just hard to put a finger on, right? But I mean, listen, we've seen this game for the last 30 years. Crazy things have happened. I've been in a lot of the stadium where crazy things have happened, and anything can happen in this game, especially because it's orange and blue half and red and black on the other half, and momentum, and these are 18 to 22-year-old kids. You're not always the same. Guess what? You go through highs and lows, and you can't get the momentum going. You get a big play, and the other team's caught in a low, and you get that thing rolling. Big things can happen, and so I think that's what Florida needs to focus on, is getting that mode, getting fired up, playing with passion, excitement, and trying to let that kind of carry them through.
Are you surprised they've stuck with 3-play still to this point?
Well, I think he's a quarterback of the future, and he's someone that he's talented. Gosh, I think you can see that by some of the throws he's made this year. He's a big kid, he's talented, he's a better athlete than people give him credit for, and I think that, the thing about Florida and Florida fans is it's very much what have you done for me lately, and so I think there's a piece of Florida that needs to think about the future and developing him the right way, because he does have talent. If it comes together, it could be a really good one.
Obviously, we're in World Series mode as well. Are you kind of splitting your time, trying to keep an eye on what's going on there?
I'm not really splitting my time. It's all at night, so I've been able to just go watch it and enjoy it as a fan of the game. And I think this World Series has been so awesome so far. And I think Game 3 is tonight, so I'm looking forward. Plus, Darvish is pitching, and he's nasty. So it's going to be fun to watch.
Still have that urge to hopefully one day be there in a World Series like that?
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I'm going to give it another try. Here comes spring training, so we'll see.
Mac's getting a lot of heat these days.
Who?
Mac Wayne.
Yeah.
Mark was just telling us, that's crazy to him. It's only year 3. How close do you think this program is away from where it's trying to get to?
I don't think it's that far. I don't think it's that far when you look at some of the defensive talent. And, okay, let's say Taven Bryan steps up and David Reese continues to develop and Chauncey Gardner and the safeties, and really look at that interior, and the defense could be back to where it is because the corners are young. They could get back to a very special defense. Offensively, their offensive line is not bad. Running backs are young but explosive. Receivers, they lost their best before the season started, right? You get him back, then you get Felipe to develop. all those things could happen like that, right? And then you go from a team that kind of been struggling a little bit offensively, giving up too many big plays defensively, to it kind of molds. It can happen fast. Look what happened with Georgia, right? I mean, it's last year people were not saying the same things about the team this year, right? It's the same team that gave up the Hail Mary against Tennessee and all of these things that happened. And people weren't saying, oh, Georgia's one of the best teams in the country. But all these things started to click, right? And leadership stepped up. Roquan Smith, Jake Fromm, is a little bit more efficient than they were at the quarterback position last year. And now a lot of people are saying they're as good as Alabama. And so it can happen fast. And I think that's what people need to remember is, I mean, they're 18, 19, 20 years old. And things can change like that. All of a sudden I grasp an offense. I play with confidence. Coach believes in me. One thing happens after the other, and all of a sudden you start getting these 5-stars to play like 5-stars, but more importantly, play as a team, and it can change.
How many Florida games have you seen this year?
Everyone.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Have you
not
seen
in person.
it?
I watch every game of the SEC.
Can you see improvement that this team is making, or
you can see a lot of improvements at times, and then you can see at times it's back and forth, right? I mean, but the perfect example is even on some of our teams, right? That I played at Florida is maybe you get a little bit too big for your own britches and you lose to Ole Miss, and then you have a different team after that because of we didn't put out different players, we didn't have a different game plan, we had a different mentality that came from a choice that we made, right? And that can happen on any team at any time, right? You have to find the reason, the rallying point, the edge, the consistency, all of those things to be able to lock it in and ingrain that in a team. That's what makes teams different and special.
How special is this, what you're doing here with the SEC Nation? Is this your dream that this is...
I love
football?
Well, I mean, I do. I think that's pretty obvious. And I love talking about it, and I love the passion, and I love the SEC and all of it. It's overall pretty fun.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. God bless y'all.